Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. We are up again. We are up. Connection issue, but we are coming up. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. We are up. We are ready. We are ready. Today, I am a different character today. Yes. Oh. How is everybody doing? Today I'm a different character. Go. Today I'm a different character. And I will tell you why. So Mindavije, so Mindatije. Go. We are up, we are up, we are ready. Go, I'm fired up again. I'm fired up again. I'm fired up, I'm fired up, I'm fired up. Go. So Salasso. So Salasso. Mindavije. Mindatije. Kabe Wichau. Fonte. Florida. Connection is so but we are coming. Someone second. Again, I'm very excited. I'm grateful. I'm a privilege in all the time, every Sunday. I mean, you follow us. Today's game is a bit different. Lawyer Assan Martin and follow connection over allow. Now allow will put him on the phone. Yes, we will put him on the phone. But we are going. We are ready. I am putting connection on it. Much right at the garden dinner. How is everybody doing? Look at my glasses. It's time for politics. So you rather look through or you look straight. Thank you, Jali. We talk before our guest gets here. So what I will do is I will open the line. What did you all heard this Wednesday? This Sunday, Friday. New Friday midterm. Political background or what is happening? I'll be open line. Our guest joining us is having serious trouble. That's why I was a bit late. Okay? But I'll tell to them I'll say call that no. That's all you start. Then in the G.D.C will be in the building. So G.D.C will be in the building. And I look good in my glasses. It's politics. It's now called real issues. I enjoy it. You can call me and tell me what you think about today's politics in the Gambia. So Salasso. If you know So Salasso, call me. So the number will be +16783900539. It's under your screen right there. Lawyer Assan Martin and connection issue. We are late. Okay. We are here. So call me on that number. +16783900539. You can join me and tell me what you think
about 2021 election. What do you think is going on the ground right now? It's never happened. All we, them spoke, APRC, will they stay alive or they're gone for good? You know, election of a Jamali team, even though we have many political party members. Malo will come as a candidate until nomination day. But actually, I'm going to be honest. You guys can call me. You guys can call me. That number right there. Let me see if I can get my guest on the phone. Mbali Tentula, I put these glasses on. It's about time. The political jibe in a different direction. It's not going to be in one direction. Let's call him. Thank you, Al. I look good in the glasses. Don't worry. Martin, Lawyer Martin, you have issue with the connection, so I'm going to put you live. I'm right now live on the phone, if that will be okay with you. Yes, let's do it through the phone. I'm going to connect you, and everybody's in a haste to have you, and you are welcome again. Hold on for me. Okay, you guys wait. I'm going to connect him on the phone. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, my guest is on the phone. We will just get him through the phone. It's better than we might not have a connection, a straight connection. Uncle Martin, I always say good uncle, and as usual. You are welcome to Binto Media Network.
Thank you so much, Bintu. I'm happy to be with you guys as always. I'm at your service. I'm here to share with your listeners, and your viewers rather. And then happy to be with you as always. I always have this memory of, dealing with online radios, especially with those ones in the diaspora, especially particularly yours. Is very important that, we can come and share our discourse, the national affairs and issues that are very pertinent to our country. Really, it's a pleasure for me to be here and share with your viewers. And, as always, feel free to take the lead. We can discuss as it is. I hope and everybody will civil as we mature Gambia today. The situation we have to discuss and handle it with maturity, Binta.
Okay, thank you, Martin. This is what we're gonna do. We will try to speak local language because most viewers, they want to correct directly from us, the grassroots. So we will try to do our best and speak any local language you think you will prefer. So I do not have any problem. If it's Wolof, I may not ask you a question in Wolof, but I can ask in English and you answer. First of all, let me say hi to my folks here. Binto Media community, thank you all for joining us once again today, Sunday. Our motto is respect. And if you don't have that respect, please leave the platform. And if you insult anyone, we will block you. Our admins are down there. And apart from that, we are here for real issues, real politics, nothing personal. Hello? Uncle Martin.
Yeah, hello, Bintu. I'm now getting you. Yeah, you were talking to your listeners, to your viewers.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Before we move on, we just want to know a little bit about you. Laftelon nale domanding. Mol ke moy ke radio konole ke moy dulalto. You are a very prominent person in the Gambia, and we appreciate that you work for us too. So lafte domanding fonyela quarto. Jamal Martin.
Well, Bintu, with humility, really, I am Mr. Assan Martin, my connection can with me. Hello, yeah, I am Mr. Assan Martin. You there, Bintu?
Yes, I am here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, just be echoing so that, yeah, Mr. Assan Martin, born in Bacau, attended St. Augustine High School, from there, in
Okay, we're having a little bit issue, but stand by, everyone, and we will talk to him. Then we will open the line for everybody to contribute. Today is open line. We just want to hear your views. We want to hear your views. It's your right to speak your views, and it's your right with your votes. Your voice are very important, and we want you to share our show. Follow us in case we are late. Some things will change sometimes during the show. You never know. So we will have him back. Let me try him again. Y'all be patient with me. It's connection, Gambia. Okay. Nicole, what do you guys think about this Friday? Jammeh called. Yaya Jammeh called. What do you guys think about it? I would like to hear your views. Okay? I'll do nang. Okay. I'll send call that no. Martin is not connecting well. So we can go ahead with the show without we will keep trying him. So you can call me +16783900539. It does not matter which political party you are. You be a political party or political party, no problem. You are a Gambian, even you are not a Gambian, and you have the Gambia's best interest at heart, you can call us, please. I'll send call now, no, we can sakacha. Actually, Yaya Jammeh, did he single-handedly destroy his political party? Yalo ne APRC, ikafole Yaya Jammeh Babil Mansa. Babil Mansa call Kenan. Some people were no to alliance. We had Lamin Tamba here several times. I follow call. Yaya Jammeh is not part of it. Among ama support. Naduru Jawal Fanan Soto Janne, Miniketa the executive team. If Fananko, Yaya Jammeh spoke to them. So actually Amira, who Yaya Jammeh, atela momo killing jan dundung I for jan dandamba. It's not the Yaya Jammeh show today, but the ground is hot. That's the topic of the day. So we would like to hear. Hello? Mr. Martin?
Yeah, B.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hello?
Uh-huh.
You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I think the line dropped anyway. But if it's clear now, I can go ahead.
Yes, you can go ahead. Okay, Uncle Martin is not getting connection, so let's.
Hello?
Yeah,
go ahead. Let's try and do something about it.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Todi Mado. Our guest is not connecting well.
Abdul.
Todi Mado.
Yeah. Ndom Abdullah.
You there?
Uncle Martin. Abdullah, hold on. Just a minute. Uncle Martin.
Hope I can continue.
Yes, Peter. Yes. So actually, yes, that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to do the personal information, as I told you. Later on, I become a mayoral aspirant for the KMC.
Yes.
Working on, social issues and also being, an activist in terms of human rights and the politics. So really, now we are come to this stage where now, some of us are directly now involved in the politics of this country, all in the interest of trying to shape the democracy of this country. And that's why we end up, trying to do our own personal efforts, bringing parties together. But later on, I land myself with the G.D.C.
So you joined the G.D.C. Why would you join the G.D.C.? Because we have so many so many parties. Why you prefer the GDC over the rest?
Well, yeah, I mean, being here, being on ground, working with various parties, I mean, we come to the conclusion that, there are a lot of parties and then there are different agendas with parties. However, I mean, looking at the situation, Binta, we already have I can conclude to you that there are only 3 front runners in this race. Just to give you a brief analysis, 2 days ago, I'm from the provinces. I was in Woolly, and later on we have a rally there, and also later on we have a rally somewhere in Buren. I'm looking at it, all what I can see, all what I can sense with an objective mind is that I mean, there are 3 front runners in this race. You have the UDP, you have G.D.C, and also you have MPP. But again, why did I join the G.D.C? Really, after some brief analysis of the entire situation, is somebody's democratic right to see which party you want to join. But again, I mean, from our analysis, GDC, we find that within this current situation we have, they can be a party that can help move this country to the next level. The GDC can be a party that can end polarization in this country. The GDC is a party that can help us bring maturity in our politics, that can unify this country. Because basically, if you look at it, 2 parties that were mostly, talk about, that is, MPP and UDP, for instance, looking at it from the perspective, they both had 2 years and 4 years to govern this country, but they did not prove themselves. But again, GDC being a party that is well structured, they are all over the country, they have a potential at least to give this country a new direction. And also, having discussion with their leader and the party, the leadership believes in partnership. This is one of my goals. That 2, and also, we have a condition that a party that will win us our sovereignty is important for some of us. Okay. So GDC also believe in the sovereignty of this country. So these are things why we weigh the situation, and we believe that they can make a difference to help this country back to normal.
Okay, there's so many urgent issues in the Gambia. Any government that comes up on December 5th, I know any of these political leaders, whoever wins, the country is at the stage of emergency right now. All the aspects of it, all the sectors. But I just want you to give us.
I didn't hear the last part of your question. There are a lot of. Yeah, go ahead, B.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is Gambia needs entirely all the sectors. But today I want you to talk to us about the policy, about tourism, the tourism sector of the GDC. What plan do they have for the tourism sector, the youths, and technology? Those 3 issues are also very important. It's not just about food, but tourism is very important for our people.
Yeah, actually, we are open to make sure that the GDC will revive the tourism sector of this country. Having looking at this entire situation right now, we know that right now the tourism industry is down. There is no hope. A lot of people have lost their jobs in the tourism sector. And then also, all the expenditure that was supposed to be directed to the tourism sector is no more there. Hello, am I there?
Yes, I can hear.
Again, we will work to make sure that the TDA, especially the tourism, the industrial areas, especially with the tourism area. It is all those areas should be protected, and also we will make sure that in the near future that tourists can come back to this country. But the most important thing, as I say, is to revive the tourism industry, to make sure that people get their jobs, open the tourist industry for the entire season, at least not for at least 2 to 3 months, especially after the impact of this COVID. I mean, we are looking at all the tourism sector in all angles, but most importantly, we do not want to direct too much resources on tourism.
Okay.
Because looking at it today, I mean, agriculture is taking priority now in Gambia. Having tourists here, I mean, yes, it will bring foreign exchange. But after some of our studies, we believe that most of these Gambian, entrepreneurs or, people who are, investing in tourism, they should look at the way how to redirect their efforts into agriculture, because this country really, I mean, we need food sufficiency. We need people are hungry in a way. What I mean is that, we need to revive the agriculture sector. But tourism, as we said right now, is that the travel agencies and all the tourist industry, there is a policy that we have to revive it, review everything. I mean, put in money, make sure that jobs are there for people. I mean, this is very important for this. I mean, yeah, that is very important with the G.D.C.
Well, okay. We're going to move on. You give me your own description of Gambian politics today.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
The Gambian what?
Politics today.
Is a break of...
Your own description.
Really, Gambian politics is very interesting, and really, there are a lot of players now. Yeah, Gambian politics is very interesting, Binto. I mean, really, we have a different dynamics pre the 2016. Now, after the change in 2016, the political fray is open. We have new political parties, and we have, the ones that are still there. But again, it's a different dynamics, and also there is a lot of awareness within the populace of the Gambia. A lot of people now are aware. Some people are also taking time to make sure that they know what parties to, vote for and why are they going to vote. Really, there is a lot of awareness. There is a lot of debate going on within the public as to, which party can govern this country well. And then also looking at it, what are the state of affairs? Whether this government has, reneged on its promises, whether this government has, fulfilled the mandate that was given to them in 2016. I mean, a lot of people have concluded that, President Adama Barrow has not pulled his weight. Really, I mean, our institutions are all not even, failing, but the fear or the concern now is that we may have certain institutions that will collapse and we will lead into a failed state. So the reality also is that we have these square peg round holes, and also, I mean, coming out of it, really, we are concerned about corruption. Again, also, we are concerned about lack of law and order in this country. Crime is becoming too much. The country is also very disorganized in terms of discipline. People are not following the rules and regulations. If you go to traffic, pollution, I mean, also the standard of living. So this government has a lot of challenges, and they are not coming out of it. Really, the expectation of the Gambians really has gone down. They see this government as not a promising government. So now what is next? This is our problem now. But really, if I can analyze some of these things, Bintu, I'll put it that this government has not pulled its weight. Really, it has failed in terms of its words, because President Barrow promised that he's going to serve for 3 years, and he never did. After 3 years, he wants to, carry on for another term. I mean, then also he promised that he's going to make sure that he supervises election and he will not participate in this coming election. Yet he also reneged on that word. So it's a problem for him. Institution-wise, really services are not delivered, as you will see from this connection. NAWEC also is failing. The water shortage and the electricity supplies are all down currently. People are suffering for that. So there's a lot of issues going around this government. Yes.
Okay. So the nomination is almost around the corner. I want you to tell us
absolutely
what is needed for them? What is their qualification according to our 1997 Constitution?
Well, according to the electoral laws, there is nominations as always. Well, who will be qualified? That will be up to the IEC. No, what may be required?
Yeah, what do they need to be qualified? What is required of them to be able to?
Yeah, I mean, actually, when everybody can come out and be a candidate or form a party, but a nomination issue rests squarely with the IEC. The requirements for nomination, as you are, if you are a presidential candidate being above 30 years old, you have to file in and get your tax clearance. These are very important issues. I mean, the number of, people, voters that has nominate you around the country. I mean, roughly about 5,000, that's the requirement. So it has to come that, and also a deposit of $10,000 has to be paid. But again, the IEC has to do scrutiny here. I mean, there are certain things that the IEC needs to look at when they are doing their job. Our fear is that the IEC may not go by the strict rules, but if they go by the strict rules, really, in some parties, they cannot fulfill certain, requirements. I mean, we know that as far as we know. But again, this is an IEC that people are looking up to now. What are they going to do? Are they going to go apply the strict rules of, the nomination, or are they just going to give everybody a pass? Because really, the concern is some of these parties who were even newly registered. I mean, most of them really, if they were scrutinized well, I mean, definitely they would not have been into this game. But again, this is an IEC that really, we just believe that they can conduct election for us to get out of this. I, myself, and other advocates, we have called for IEC reform, but we believe that that thing is too late now. It can only happen after the December elections. But going back to your question, the IEC requirements, really, these are the forefronters. You have to have your tax clearance, the deposit that you have to pay, and the amount of nominations for the people that will nominate you, it goes to 5,000. And there are certain issues which the IEC themselves can question. If you don't fulfill them, really, I mean, maybe there will be people who will be disqualified.
At the beginning, you said you are looking at three candidates. So among these three candidates, most likely you are saying Mama Kande, UDP, and NPP. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. Being the front runners, yeah.
Yes. Do you think these three candidates, they will be qualified? All of them will be qualified?
Well, this is an opinion on my side, but again, that will be left to the IEC. As I say, how are they going to apply the rules of nomination is still now people have to watch. Because really, what we know that, all three, well, I don't know what can happen in the next 10 days, because we have now almost like 12 days to nomination, which is coming on the 30th. Okay. So what will happen, I don't know. But as I say, if a lot of people now concerns are being raised as to who and who may be qualified, what party may not, what party will qualify. But again, that is left to the IEC. I cannot take and say that he will be qualified or the others will not qualify. I don't know what they have. I don't know how much fulfillment. But as I say, the rumors are out there. X and Y will be disqualified. Y and Z will be qualified.
Who is X and Y?
Well, as I say, the rumors are rumors, and I don't normally like to deal with a lot of speculations and hearsay.
Yeah. Let's move on. We all heard Jammeh call this past Friday. Yeah. What is your overall views about Jammeh's call?
Well, it's a strategic one, but again, I mean, really, it's a blow to the APRC executive. Really, as those people, they have already taken a direction. I mean, they've already taken a direction whereby they were dealing with the party of President Barrow. So Jammeh's pronouncement, really, it has caused them a lot of, I mean, kind of like, it's a situation that's very difficult. It had put them into a dilemma, put it that way. Really, after the entire executive of the APRC has taken a direction, now Jammeh coming out with this pronouncement. Is it that the executive is been sidelined? Are they now, out of the APRC? And we hope that they promise that they're coming with what they call a press conference in the next few days. Am I there, Bintu?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. They say that they're coming with a press conference to address the Jammeh pronouncement. But it is the talk of town now. It is the talk of town. I mean, because what Jammeh did, a lot of people didn't expect that to happen. It comes at the latter part. I mean, for us, I mean, especially, for us, I mean, I know, especially the Gano party, I've engaged with them, really. I mean, they are always open to work with us. But again, what Jammeh did, really, we take it as we see it. But I think the APRC executive, those that align with President Barrow now, they are on their feet now to make sure that they address the situation. So what they're going to say in their press conference, yes, we have to wait and see. But really, it's the talk of town today, because really it has changed a little bit of dynamics in our politics. Yeah.
But what do you think is the fate of the APRC at the moment? Is that a right
Well,
decision
it has a
Jammeh
lot
did
of
for them or for himself?
Well, I cannot speak for the APRC. I hope Lamin Tamba will come sometime, maybe next week, to address us on these issues. But again, it has cost the party a lot because really it didn't help the party much. I mean, I think the APRC has been in this dilemma for long. It shows that there is a disconnect between Jammeh and the executive who are here on ground. There's a disconnect. I mean, a lot of issues has to be trashed among them so that it can bring a sense of understanding between them. But really, it can cost the party dearly. Somehow, how are they going to piece things together again? Because here is an APRC. Right now, I am sitting here. I can tell you that most APRC militants are coming to the direction of G.D.C. I can tell you that right now I came to G.D.C. on a meeting with some of these APRC supporters who are coming to join G.D.C. Okay, Jammeh may also direct some people to go to Ghana, but again, the executive also linked to President Barrow. So in essence, what I see here is that with the G.D.C. on our path, really there is a kind of like a natural bond between G.D.C. and APRC. That's why most of these APRC supporters and militants who are a little bit confused with the situation, most of them are making the direction to the G.D.C. I mean, I can honestly tell you that I myself, I have chaired a lot of meetings where we are welcoming many APRC militants to work with the G.D.C. But again, as I say, yeah.
Before the executive decides to go to MPP, have G.D.C. in any way reach out to the APRC?
Yes, I was invited between talks between G.D.C. and APRC. As I say, I mean, they arranged that, and I was selected to chair their meetings. So really, there was a talks that went between APRC and G.D.C. I chaired that talks. Really, everything went fine. I mean, a lot of things were discussed. We took about 2 to 3 months, 2 months or so. This was at the early part of the year, sometime around late February, March. I mean, I was there. I mean, but again, there were pending issues that when we reached a certain stage of our discussion, really the executive of the APRC, they have also this guy in mind, that is President Barrow. So at some point, I see the way things were going. as a chair, I took the initiative that, look, it is better for us to suspend these talks, because the talks also reach at a stage where certain things that were proposed, especially on the side of the, APRC, really it needs to be, reviewed. If you tell me a party that has been in government for almost 22 years, trying to also say that they are coming directly and the candidate that they have, there was a lot of question mark that, even if we are to deal with that, it may not help the alliance. But again, apart from that, it went to a point where I said that it is important for both party leaders of G.D.C and APRC to sit down and discuss that issue. Yes, but there were talks between.
Many were expecting Jammeh's call. He will say, if we will go into alliance, it will be G.D.C. Why don't Jammeh, why do you think Jammeh did not say that, but go to Ghana? That was many.
Well, as I say, yeah, as I say, yes, people feel that the natural bond between GDC and APRC is always there. As I say, even Jammeh himself, he said it in his statement that most of the all APRC party, they have democratic right. The militants or the supporter, they have democratic right to join any party. He said it when just about 2 days ago. Yes, we respect that. Okay, for whatever reason, as I say, the thing of APRC, GDC, as I say, something that's just natural. So people can throw in. Jammeh has his own view, which I don't know about, but I can tell one thing I can tell that Jammeh and GDC share. GDC, as much as I told you from the onset, that we believe in winning the sovereignty of this country. We believe that, we have to put faith and confidence back into our systems. Especially the security, especially certain sectors. Again, also, we respect that Jammeh being a citizen, you know what I mean, should be accorded, like, as a Gambian citizen, especially under our constitution. All those things are there. So we have a lot in common. But again, why he turned and said Ganu, we respect that. It's his own pronouncement. Well, that went against his own executive. But the reason why he did that, I cannot tell. It's only Jammeh who can explain that.
Do you think Jammeh is qualified to be a flag bearer?
Not at this. No.
Why?
Completely no. He's not qualified. He's not a legally registered voter now.
Okay.
One, two, I don't think at this stage now he has any chance of, coming here and say getting nominated and then, and then say that he's going to join. One thing is, a citizen, we have to respect that. Bintu, the reality is that I believe Jammeh has a very good mind when it comes to his Pan-Africanism, his beliefs. We respect that. But at the end of the day, the realities are the realities. We, as for one, I believe that we are a sovereign country. We have to win our sovereignty back. But at this stage, whether he can be a candidate, that is completely no.
Okay. So let's move on to President Barrow. President Barrow visited Jammeh's compound in Kanilai. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, that was a desperate move by President Barrow. Really, as I say, President Barrow, his record speaks for himself itself. He's on referendum now. His record is on referendum. He has not done a good job to this country, really. Sometimes he is now into giving us new promises because he has failed with the old promises. So again, why he went to Kanilai, it's a desperate move by him. Some of us say, why are you doing that at this stage? After all, if you have done a good job and you believe you're in yourself and having confidence, like he used to say in Mandinka, come December, Mobe, Aladala City, Now at Tefangola Dala, he's going to former President Yahya Jammeh to help him city his Dala very well. So we have a problem there. So ngalo atata nasanyinola, you know, atata nasole nyini from Kanila probably to make sure that he fight this fight. But again, it looks like it was not a good move. I mean, really, people see it as a desperate move. For me, I don't think he has get a good advice why he should go there at this point. And then, you know, really, he should have focused on what he's doing, sell his policies, and then, you know, do his politics. But going there again, you know, really, some people say that, you know, as one said, he's, well, you know, he's, you know, I can't even describe what some people are saying that, you know, yeah,
Gambians are yearning. They are really yearning for reconciliation. Will GDC government bring reconciliation to that country? And if yes, in which way?
Yes, Binta, really. GDC, really, even if you watch Honorable Mama Kande speak, he is damn into reconciliation. This is a man that speaks with maturity. This is a man who says to me, I will shake the hand of every party. I believe in that we should unify Gambians because we are so divided and the situation is so polarized. This is the guy that even during his This is the guy that during even his tours, you know, he would meet with politicians. You know what he says? He said even during if he was to be a president, if he was to go around tour every year as mandated by the constitution, he's going to engage all the political parties. This is a guy who says that, I mean, even if I'm president, I will sit with political parties, even if it's one every year. You know, so as I say, he has a lot that he wants to offer this country. He is the mature leader. He is a unifier. Been to that's why politicians just for the sake of politicians. Why I associate myself with him? You know, these are things. And he also believes in teamwork and partnership. So when it comes to reconciliation, as you just point out, he is there. He wants to see this country. In fact, part of our manifesto, he said it there, you know, I mean, he wants to bring Gambians together with all ethnic backgrounds. Let's come together and work for this country. It is always there. So when it comes to reconciliation also, for people who have been hurt or, you know, this issue of, you know, I mean, what has happened during the what has happened, sorry, that was a call coming in. That was what has happened during the Jammeh era. He has said that, look, it is good for us to come to reconcile. It's good for us to sit down, you know, like victim perpetrators, you know what I mean? Look at the third way. Let's come together, save this country, because we cannot be at each other's throat, you know. So we are there. As I say, he's working with a team. We are also trying to make sure that we put mechanisms in place whereby when this government is changed, we try to bring this country back to sanity. Right now, we have a lot of problems like, you know, people are pulling here on this side, people are, you know, this is what is causing divide in this country, especially the polarization whereby, you know, people insulting, you know, saying a lot of things because of politics. I mean, let me tell you one thing. I mean, he taught me a lot that politics is not about personality. You know, politics is about you having your view, I have my view. How are we going to govern this country? He always said it. He said to President Barrow, you are my brother. We all come from Jimara, but yet still my problem is how are you helping to govern this country? This is where now I have a problem. You know, this is what he said. I mean, he always said, I apologize on behalf of President Barrow for saying that we have these kaba trees in Jimara. You know, President, this guy, I mean, Bintu is best to know. He's a unifier. He's a mature person. He can bring us. Because right now, if you look at the two front runners, especially, I mean, they are not helping the situation. You know, the mudslinging between, you know, MPP, UDP, you know, people are becoming so concerned. What kind of elections are we going to have? So really, I think GDC will make a much difference. GDC, you know, he believes in partnership. So he is not going to govern this thing alone. Really, he believes that working with partnership. Let me tell you one thing. Been to even 3 weeks ago when I met with even the likes of certain parties, Gano included, especially Gano, when we discuss, I mean, we discuss about partnership to govern this country. We are not here no more because this country right now been through there is a lot of challenges out there. The youth needs jobs. We need to put things back on track. The security of situation. Most of these people from the diasporas, they have their investment here, whether they buy properties and so on. But you need to live in peace, so that all these criminalities and all these traffic issues, we have to take control of the situation.
Okay.
So in essence, back to reconciliation, really, I believe that Gambians will reconcile under a new leadership that can help them move this country forward.
Okay. You are close to Mama Kande, Honorable Mama Kande. You said the front runners, the way they have their platform, they throw mods at each other. People are saying Mama Kande does the same. All he do on his platform, speaking, is responding to other opponents. He does not speak on policies. So will there be any changes? Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, no, we do. As I say, he is not involved because, when it comes to speaking against any person, he's not involved in that. He always say, this is what if I can tell you that for G.D.C, we don't do like the two parties, how they are doing their politics.
Insult or anything, but he does not speak on G.D.C's policies. All he do respond to what happened, respond to this, but he does not go to the platform and tell Gambians, this is what our G.D.C government will do for you.
Of course he does, because really, if you're following some of the trails, sometimes it depends on which meetings he is, probably if it's in a rally or because sometimes we organize big rallies, sometimes we are caught up with rains and so on. But I can tell you one thing. I always say to him that, look, I think you need 1 hour, because sometimes, the pertinent issues that he always try to address, because really, I tell you something, like, for instance, the Senegalese, they're trying to see, what is his stance between, Gambia and Senegal. The last time he was trying to address that, and it takes a lot of time. Sometimes our meetings at the time are so tight. But I can tell you that we do, and he does also, that is that we speak about our policies. One thing, for instance, is that he believes in reforming the institutions. Social justice also is part of us, and then quality education, quality health, which are also part of the G.D.C. Most importantly, he believes also in the 2-term limits, because he was he was in the Pan-African Parliament, and he advocated for that. And also, as we mentioned this, that is that, the 50+1 and then the 2-term limits, and finally also about the diasporan vote. He always said it. Immediately he takes over office, really, these things, they need to be there. And then he also believes in this constitutional reform. These are all part of G.D.C policy. Really, I can tell you that even if you go to the G.D.C manifesto, you see all these things are written, and also decentralization is part of the G.D.C. But most importantly, he always emphasized this, is food sufficiency, food security is the first thing that he will make sure that Gambians will be our #1 priority, because really, we can do a lot in agriculture to change the lives of the farmers, and also to help the Gambians have food rather than importing every now and then.
Okay. Hold on, Martin. Hold on, Lawyer Martin. Binto Media Network, we have Lawyer Assan Martin here, G.D.C, and real issues. That's what we discuss here, and we will continue to discuss. So I will open the line in a little bit. We will let him go. I will open the line. The number will be down under your screen. It's +167 839000539. We would like to hear your voice. We would like to hear your opinion about what is going on in the country, politics. What direction do we need? Who do we need to vote for? It's your opinion. You bring it on with respect. That's all. Uncle Martin.
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned about peace. Peace. How? What advice do you have for the Gambian people in and in diaspora? Diaspora people complain. People in the diaspora, they send strong messages, sometimes good, but sometimes not good. What message do you have for Gambians all around the world and inside the Gambia?
Well, I mean, really, I myself, having lived in the diaspora, really, I think, I mean, yes, for instance, first of all, elections are coming. Let's all, try to have mature exchange in terms of views, in terms of the debate. Let us not polarize, one. And two, especially the social media. I mean, let's also always be focused on what will bring the peace and stability of this country. Really, let us not use words that are saying that we will do X and Y. For instance, if these things happen, some people, from a comfort zone, you can say that, but sometimes these things, they don't play well. Also, let us not share these bad images, especially, things that can cause us a divide. I mean, really, Gambia today is a very small country. In all essence, we need peace, and let every party also, being who you are, try to stay within the limits. I mean, let us not overdo things. These are very important things. But most important also is that let us not take things with emotions. Let's use common sense in a way that will help us, give us a new direction. I mean, elections is not at all cost, that I have to win at all cost. Yeah, I mean, the peace and stability of this country. Remember, most of people in the diaspora, some living here, they also want to live like any other country. So we are also, considering that, yes, we have to fight crime, we have to fight corruptions, the governance is not good under President Adama Barrow. But let's not go beyond that where it will all come down to, the ashes. We have to avoid that. And also, I always remember also giving certain pronouncement in newspapers. There is law and order here. In the sense, what I mean is that the military are here, and most of them, I don't think that it is in their interest to watch this country go down the drain. But really, we Gambians, we have to take ownership. We have to, behave maturely. We have to also make sure that, the narrative that we spew out there don't cause divide or don't make us be at each other's throat, whereby, hatred takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Really, we need a sense of sanity. That's what I'm saying. That's why we say that we need a leadership that can bring sanity back. Because Bintu, really, I myself, maybe you and somebody else, we are mature enough to sit and deal with people of different political views.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also weak people who are here who always take politics to be something that's, a tool to fight against somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We are not enemies. It's just an opponent. And then also, these are competing factors. I mean, anybody who is in politics, you are competing with an opponent just to make sure that you give this country what it deserves. That's what it is. I mean, really, we Gambians must try to come and maintain the peace of this country. That is very important.
Before we let you go, any last words? Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, Bintu, as I say, I mean, we want a country that at least that can be part of the community of nations. Gambia today, really, we are struggling, and then there's a lot of challenges when it comes to pollution, traffic, institutional problems, and corruption also is still a problem in this country. Really, I mean, the leadership has not been there. We have a lot of square peg round holes. The selfishness and greed is out there. I mean, I was just 2 days ago, I was around, President Barrow's area. I see a big mansion, which I question, also how can somebody have this within the space of 4 years? But we have to be a system that is, more open, more direct, and also maintain our governance. Also, when it comes to, parliamentary, issues, how they can be oversight bodies to challenge government wherever they went wrong. But again, I mean, we as Gambians, as I say, even elections are coming. Let's try to behave maturely within this situation as politics, especially when it comes to the campaign, especially also let's try to take things in good faith. It is not winning at all cost. That's not a game that anybody can play here. Remember also, no party, political party or nobody It's above the law. But again, let's try to maintain the peace of this country. Let's see that, we are all brothers and sisters. We cannot be at each other's throat, and then, like I say, these coming days or weeks, is a very important period in Gambia. We will review every situation. Partnership has to work, yes, but again, really, peace and stability of this country, we're calling for that. Despite our political differences, despite our political affiliations, let's try to have a very, very peaceful process, an election that will take place. Make sure that the IEC also let them scrutinize their work very well. It is not a rush to call for an election results, because sometimes, people are eager. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I always say that the IEC, before they come out and declare any results, let them take hours and hours again.
Yeah, they can even take a day. They just need to take their time. 2 results will not be acceptable. We will let Uncle Martin go. Uncle Martin, are you there? He have a terrible connection. So we will let him go. I will open the line. I would like to hear from you. Mbal tula mbali jayilanga Uncle Martin ne sotonunjang, Lawyer Assan Martin. I question ngaka open line ne tibi. I question danta ne diala I mini jinkan. So left atul le participate. Ali mine je on the ground. Ali mune je on the ground. Atuli political diets je nyadi la be role kan nyadi. If you are in the APRC, call us. Okay, people are calling. Okay. Hello, caller.
Yeah.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. Me konto.
Todi madu. Alkam moile ban clearly.
Yeah, nke moile. Mamudu Mbalo.
Mbalo. Iprimintina.
Nge konto. Kontanta fanang programo diata kumata fanang.
Thank you.
But like na nyini karo mo munti yamira Gambia ntel kata nyameng politiko man sembo soto pake bag yamira molte katala bank pour political party nyaton call ye political tala demanding pour mole focus banko nyin la nyato ta demanding because inka jele nyamenga ko munta ko sign do ko wale talata political damalle be caring sign bankoka.
Okay. So I can tell you in Kawa. Let me call us all for Nandol Bulale and I do na in Ka. Ye down to a question or down.
Exactly, because Niaji be like oppositional, most of them ika fole baro bukado kuoke. Aman palaso no like a nyanta bolaje. But yamira comment ni Gambia fanang Gambia mu banko quality banko me yalonko among sembo sort of back.
Ilan yung question o. Nse mako ino yalo nenka follow wato wati political but sign political wala sita niaji be nomination on the 5th of November so doku doti je min tambita election wala court so yalo ne democracy long 5 years ningo sindi nyanta ngam na mansakunda karteta ngata fay so political mbola kono
wo muto nyalti bari comment kam memfo like yamira baro ni politician oli ama ko demanding ate banko ni samba no la nyato because ni ajibe alanin 5 years or 4 years I doko menke fanan indefel aya katale all what he need comment support I need a support lale
all right
indefel comment ngaje nyamen asikeno like I might be wrong but like interfere baro he need a support yalong banko fanang mo kilimbuka banko samba no nyato because example like me imbota dameng imbota base ma fangola
so sign
sandu
sign election on bawala kon sign do ko on the side ite minamila miro political be caring tanyamen sign do ko because do ko nga wuri na for 4 years o banta bar sign be last minute le kono na ni ajibe Karafula doron kafe fayoesi.
Inte fe ngaje nyame nga manke ko like inka baro da man sapo inte politiko mbuka jamfa je bake bari inte fe pour moli e baro ba ko come na 5 years more okay.
Okay.
Next
Thank you. 5 years
yeah,
okay. Thank you Mbalo.
Exactly.
Okay. Mbe kola do tala. Hello caller. Ali atari ande domane. Hello caller. Lafta bi ngalai no yelali aldamali diamu. That's why I make it very easy so. Todi madu.
Dinton nadala. Nyima. Mbanyuma. Emenyadi binto.
Mbanyuma.
Namu.
Ina mundolde.
Mbejandro menyadi.
Todi madu. Why? Yo, ibiri minti na mbanyuma.
Yo, mbejandro mko. Mani wakame ko baro. Ko bi nyanda ka makoy. Min ba ko mo wal ba wala nyanda ka makoy fo wonde. Podi ate men ke koma wala nyanda ka makoy fo wonde tonya.
Okay.
Ha wala nyanda ka te makoy kan nim baro ke tam president atelem litti. So ate mol de fanan soto minister lu interior lu bodol mol ba ko mal fo wonde. So wala nyanda ka pus ka makoy ka sembo diala ka nyanda kala nyami fo wonde. Anyanda kala wonya manu kamen fo ko ya makoy ba makoy la nyadi men ba koma wala nyanda ka makoy ka pus.
Bar sa ye politiko je nyadi.
Ntaga politiko je nyami sai bintu akamta ko ngo kai is going
imanya glasses
so
salaso min davi
so min davi sai akamta ko so salaso
min sa jibe no sando ya jibe min sa jibe no sando ya jibe ni momo kwa ya boy ale jio bangaka monde Manyima bi wala na glasses la bi kay
ko bi birje jom ko way ñunda glass on na ko tay
bi wo kay ko nga jindi ten say mba jindi la ni mi yano
ajindi kala jindi hana ajindi
nga jindi de mbatu la nu xam mi fa santo
wallahi
abaraka thank you me kola do ta
billahi
hello kola
hello Binto
Tony man
Alhaji C
permitten
yeah la pito diamo la come sa politico la fanale la Gambia banko be nyamen I think Gambia no lumbe nyanta kamira ko baro wasini banko sambano le wala ko baro jareta kanyim banko to abul for 5 years again nganyim disaster men jenyim 5 years so ko kanyim banko burundi baro ma kotek I think Gambia din kendo be la concern nyanta kelawtin I don't care whoever coming but baro is must ko baro should ko baro is no good for Gambia at all. Gambia, we need to loyal for our country. We don't have it anywhere. As far as we're living outside the Gambia, but still Gambia our home.
So it's not particular because Lawyer Martin never the Amola science side.
Yeah.
Ako near GB science side be intelligence. But political party saban mama kandela baroni da. Like Amira. Opportunities.
Well, the Tonya, UDP la support Mandara Party in Tonya because I never contributed in 1 penny. You understand? But my heart, I support them as my heart, but I'm not just I'm sympathizer, but I'm not a party member. But ngani obey and I understand. But few individuals there who I support them because I see when they becoming leader Gambia, that will be great. Like Dr. C and SFL, those people is my favorite as well. But for Barrow, no, I don't think we should give this country to Barrow again. I don't think so.
Thank you.
Barrow Moscow.
Mbani mangela ndile ibe na glasses sol la jala kambe kola sol be invite la bi we want to take a break ngalla ma ya tolla wala na bi nga soni sone andi it's not all about guess all atol min be jibe rola alla kacha is very important karte batol lebul voice nyim batol lebul banko mal talent politician or dorom buko or doro invite we have to play a great role mbole try can sign hello caller
yeah hello
todi
yeah hello bindo ni mbaro Abdullah le murunta ko taga entele follow e ko non den murunta na after no problem yeah I understand the situation actually akera kontan ku bari biyo kay murunta na ngam actually you are asking how molla jero comme jamela finto nanka ala mol address actually bido ibe sonna to nyama wala ku fula le bijere be sonna to nyama wala nga continue fan yalo wala duniyati actually the executive the party militants have faith on them before be all on there moto fenkela so sola but man ninkol kam nye bula sintonye
ibi jela
ba inyata lola de yembe moy kanen ko am getting ko itol ya jele kon katani bar fenko fara kan fula party fara kan fula then let them sit back see fengo itol fan anu ntera main concern was the way they do this alliance nte amante nyabo killing because itol kuma fula le fintita nanje kuma follow wolem ko itol nim baro la diamo started 2 months back or the other way kuma botana ko itol kacha started na ameta ya fahamle
okay
and kunung baro yo attest that he have met with Fabakar since 2017 through Sidinjai.
Okay.
Which Jamela Finto nang kanaka o kuning clear. Actually, it is a PRC of most of the party militants. That was what they needed, and it happens right now as we are talking. Just Lincoln yeta Fenke Jube summit at their rally. You won't believe the population of
but it left in kala
actually
it amera nyin decision jambe nyiminta I party favor about
okay
jambe favor nyin decision I minta
to me
yeta join ga
ndala je toto ndeka Gambia la support mbuka jamme ko support ya faham le bang
okay
anu nde ku support la men ko jamme da mala na fale bi jembe Gambia bela na fale follow jela before jamme la na fa ya faham le
okay
ninga baro support fo Gambia la na fale woti bang hana tra ya jeme la na fa bi ni Gambia la na fa ti jende ta support la ande min kat ya miti malon fo yem mo le bang be Gambia la tambin la before be Gambia la tambin la follow before jamme so jamme yo wala je abe afana Gambia la tambin before ate kungo because ni baro sita be jihado min na tending it will be worse than what we are facing right now actually we aren't in the Gambia but we know what is happening there.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you
very much.
Thank you for your participation. I'll hold on. I'm trying to call somebody here. Ala barakal dunanga kacha wato watin kamolle sambana biato la right mo pour alfana yalla voice speak and it's very important binto media network nga chance the mobile so I'll do na line or to alia 4 atelier nemir kadoge would you like to join me on a video? Oh, okay, so would you want to be on the line? Let me send you the link. It will be very important we hear from you. All right. Okay. I'm sending it right now. Alin Sodomandina. Hello, caller.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, Binto. Dalam sering bamba. Ila sering lam. Kaya la morolam. Inimbara. Nice program indeed.
Moriba, hold on. Ngana mune kanjala na glasses so salaso. Minda bije.
Nya bajar minda bije. Minda seje. Ha. Kay rodron na bije. Kay rodron na. Nya e jelle.
So salaso. Minda bije. Thank you for calling. Mbela Flela view Moila is
welcome.
very important. Go ahead.
Yeah, but thank you so very much. First of all, mbe konto namba fole baraka bake. It has been a while. Man na jang pruka fananka contribute with these programs of yours. But remember for the wala alaman sa tala tendula. There is people like you still many alonko. Lowering just to see that Gambia be Cairo sot no ya tiko ko be ka kunga telekono. Odomba fole baraka bake be alama. Mbela viewers all be konto na. Ani men be binam program mu jibela. But Honorable Dr. Martin, and then some callers, many viewers will DJ. Okay, as far as the political climate science is very interesting. I think we are learning a lot. You understand? Because in the politics has 7 callers. You understand? Ninkola warulo bi or be kola warulo belefinta Gambia Bangkoka. So ntole ba jibela sign ninkola warulo mbe kola jumale tal and you understand? I don't mean party scholars. Callers, I don't mean the party scholars. You understand? But the political callers. You understand? Kawi elbejele, kufanto elbejele, and then londitiel bemkonole, and then men bebanko na fale beje. And as theater, many Gambia is very interesting today. So as far as internet bem fola, wole muko. Gambia banko la wartan tol be individual tol be killing nat atala warata nyato ya understand so let us make sure that unity me yalon ko or unity ni menga kumbonu fonga president Jammeh because ngaje ko amantara ka kiku or unity lat na jambe bonije because it means ko nga konne or unity killing let us see that me adama baro bond la je nyameng or unity killing wala ntolel yalon but then let's not make any mistake again. You understand? Because Gambian will batatale, Nanyul batatale, Mol batatale. We are very tired. You understand? Coming forward. So let us see that Gambia de Meya Longkomba, Be Mirakamba, Sibo kan Kombe, Cairo Sotla, Gambia forever, and Gambia Nyatadron, Gambia La Nafa. So Nietaram based on the book. But is it something that Gambia we are practicing this? You understand? Okay. I will quote something and I will back more than now. I'll call the Besiari.
But opportunity
thank you.
Yes.
That will be very fine. So Dr. Martin here director. Yes.
UDP.
Okay.
Mine albe mine plan kang mine be caring because nkal jal nin crowd dolf ka fo naltata bladol buka tembe andu jamela nyindi amo fana atoli amra APR Singpol ibe kafula UDP kanda bang
well I can't say for now but ngebe mem fole as far as nga president Jammeh ngala kuma kangola mo yalong to me this is my own opinion. I'm not talking about behalf of UDP. It's my own opinion. There is thousands ways to say sorry if at all I offend you. You understand me coming for you.
Okay.
Either you come directly or indirectly. You understand me coming for you. And then the alliance with Barrow and MPP and APRC, Fabakar Nyole Menyaton it will only lead Gambia to disaster. You're not moment coming for it.
Okay.
Because if at all, still, and then some people are mourning, modol bela, badimol kumbo kanne. Akata nyadile, ya understand? Atilinta bang, akwenyu feata bang, bari, information on lil fintita meyale lata tabilogang, and people still believe it. So mboke no la nyadile, to forgive each and other. So but ning, those people, men be banko kam banko dingol lelmuti. They are brothers and sisters and our fathers. All nata moy people like Fabakari saying the same word the draft constitution on you fight nyameng. The TRC report also will be dumped like that. It was not my word. Exactly Fabakari never. For obela fin the banka Cairo in Sabatendi Gambia bank. No. And then 4, is that man helping Jammeh? No. Yeah, understand. Is that man helping APRC? No. And then is that man helping those brothers and sisters, many along ko, or little 2 meter, is he helping them? No. But as far as politics is concerned, the incumbent had the power to do whatever he wishes. But where is the justice now? And where is our right now? So Ndea Mutako, APRC is a great party, and they had a great leader. President Jammeh is very smart. You understand me? Nobody can manipulate him. Moment coming forward. Okay. And then I need this moment at a minimum political long. Why? Why? He doesn't tell the people to join the biggest party. So that Ning or party winter, he can be safe. Jammeh knows this more than each and every one of us. And then, hey, it is not like we are trying to save Jammeh. It's not like Fabakary is trying to save Jammeh. You understand? Oh, Jammeh is alliance with what's the name again? This new guy. What's the name again? Gano. Haidara. It doesn't mean that Jammeh want to save his head. Okay. I think there is a message. People doesn't get it. You understand? There is a message. Okay, as far as Ntoludol Kadiam Protocola, Nindia Mutala Ngafo, as it damage donating, so we will not say it here. You understand coming forward. Okay. Until, and I will give you that day, by next month, you had an explosion. The explosion of words, explosions of Kumakan Menale Seneala, Saint Kuma Senea followed the body. Next month, Kumakan Jamal be Seneala. And then Mbol Fanangelo from Seneala. Either the APRC, Jamela Carola, or Becafla UDP, and Photocapla UDP, Albo Bello Nalabai next month, Inshallah Rabbi. Bintu Abaraka back. Thank you so very much.
Give them a big kiss for
if ever Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know.
Hello, Bintu.
Hold on, you good. Sure.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alimba tumbe chor tala sai. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Maalaikum salam. Unko.
Sister.
I am so glad video call ke unko.
Yeah.
Attention dundi video call la. It's not planned.
Okay, it's not planned at all. No.
Yes, it's not planned. Mo kana jogo sign nang I call ke nang kaya ko fay dunang niye diamu video to. Me samba nang anything toyala jang. You call ke na lafta just few question na nyinin kala. Ipuriya dolu inila londo ye dolu clarify nye. So nge dundina wala jang. But anyway, hold on. Be man so back because we have to give opportunity to people to speak their mind. We try to be balanced. So instead of kagesol sambana, we just want to open the line. Put more fanang Gambian oli diamu. So what surprisingly, nate soto bismillah. You call Cananum first. Left their opinion in them for what you call ila call binakalamenti and in a few questions that sort of left in.
Okay, keep the questions and I'll then move on for and I said say why I called.
Okay.
Follow Colombe Lamoilal and Giberlal be contonam be jail be tentula. Mbete fana jail be tentula be duale alama alaman satala so jata kendal.
Amen.
Hakil kendo ikamin samana alama ala hirwante. Kadua dunia be humanity alama alaman satala into base of Cairo. Mimu Gambia la Cairo ti alama alaman satala okay.
Amen.
Ngalla moy mole lay upo ye kumofo the present political situation of Benjamin Banko kam politico ka tamande nyami lafta wole contribute lano. Thank you, Ingrid. Today mbese sonni nako political ka fo dol bije sembo warta bake and we also to jama ba membe ko ma ibe no makan APRC be wole kono UDP 1 and NPP G.D.C PDOS alana tan harjembe siring ka opportunity soto pour kala moy killing wala ni be diamula Gambia dingole carte keso be mimbulu ke nyinin kay la symbole pour sembo di la pour eta ke president oti yenna banku samba for the next 5 years wol kono nka modolu moy ikela ferolu anila mirol that the policies and programs ikafu mole molke la moy be banko sambala nyami ibe kodo bondila daming pour ka fanko samandi kayiri wandi ani be doko di la funding kella nyami ibe tanko sabatin la nyami bari mi yen sila ayen sila bake atata 3 political parties leto and wo political parties are jaritale pour diamulalu safer lalu ani yamar lalu yela kulu jube ko take ya jube because Gambia le warata political party o political party timi yalan ko bil banko kan o sa tinne kaminu fo o kamin fo nyoma atina la banne itul damma tema it will sink down atela party dingolia and wutina tenku sambala na banko kan laftamina and there cannot be any meaningful development where there is no stability and what instability is a cost no nyaming molle kake because modute bolanan bladoto kana kaw create so I'm appealing to both APRC leadership kabriya jamela fo fabakarela molu kamimfo nga jube kunun kabringa be aman janjang Yaya Jammeh is a hero, he has legacy kunun ko adiamuta some people call him traitor killer and so on wodiamu sifa molu minu lata Yaya Jammeh they will respond modol min do kafdo they will respond ni wo kafol benta dawoda kata kono alaman tankala la something can come that is just within one party but the worst case scenario is UDP is a very large party NPP is growing ila folas jibe bang I can hear the UDP leadership kafu president or you sort up ay kumodol fo wobina dala UDP dindi mole kan mi yalan ko tumando batu ala meje so thinking la emira ye kuma fo agents Adama Barrow italo platform a president at this point in time he is the president of everybody including Ousainou Darboe and all of us you should come with policies and programs ya fon toleko mbenyi nekela education mbenyi nekela health mbenyi nekela nyinto although nanyi sanji lulo ndasata nyinale ngani neke ngani no manyi neke barnate fana sita kote ke kamurunka the same telling role ni gar wale murundi Ousainou Darboe kan faka kumol fo ka fugo mberi tayala imuteneti and so on in man political win that will also sink down to atela supporters all wolbe wole tala ya ke diamot ni wo group lol benta dawda alaman tankala wala katina ana mositi katra political party tema we should learn what happened between APRC and UDP ning APRC be mu banko dingole ila nyaton ko kilinti jemi yalan ko nay banko tay be banko malalale but why is it that APRC silata UDP la siola wolo nyinti ko ni sita they are going to do something to them more especially to la nyaton ko because it will protect and because solidarity it and the wall UDP call for now ko imbe kala APRC walatina he didn't want to lend a hand to Ousainou Darboe but is that what Ousainou Darboe should do is that what is their interest should be the country Adama Barrow la interest nyanta kala country lady nae mim foko kunun walati nae alliance ke aning APRC he should still stick to that despite the fact Yaya Jammeh munefo but we are seeing a tone so akamunta konna politician on iman taraka programu dintolla sutu politic party balu instead they are revenging benyo garwalela mi yalon ko party dingol min ke no ma momoy jikita wala so I want to appeal to all the politicians to talk on policies to talk on programs ya fonye be mun ke no la on employment ibo solve la nyadile health situation iba solve la nyadile to inject rule of law and respect for human rights iba improve la nyadile it is there institutional bijele min yalon ko APRC government ya londile we need to improve on them it does not come one day we go along as people change attitude and behavior once woman falling we will still be stagnant the other thing left in kafula je wolam political appetite binala because campaign for women see follow the government started going around and meet the people so and start politics UDP also went another party also is going to follow very soon when actually the campaign has not even opened by the time campaign yeleta people are already sick because if you look at it most of the time we are hearing the same thing from the same people we've them our eyes and ears are sick and tired of hearing the same stories That is my opinion. Mantra ka ko mole ofonyere. And I want people to see it as for the church talking and in the interest of the country. So ni atrako wo political fatigue ni yunara. It will expect it might reflect on the voter appetite. Already we have more than 9 presidential candidates, less than 1 million people. Where are we going? So the political situation, the predicament in which we are, and we ourselves are not looking at it at that situation. Do we actually know what we want as Gambians? Do we want to bring back somebody because he has a name or a big follower? Then my last one is APRC revelations member caring is very unfortunate. I am an APRC member inside out. Very unfortunate, and it's a situation that could have been avoided, provided there has been proper information, communication, and education, raising people's awareness as to what is being done, what is agreed, what is discussed, effective communication from both parties. But because we refused to do what we should do, or if we don't refuse, we didn't do it, it put us where we are. The APRC constitution needed to be looked at from day one when we came, because who constitutional willing to embrace as the framework that constitution willing to embrace legally. Because the narrative of politics change, that constitution should have changed and changed with time. But we left it there too long, and people start playing with it. Now we are caught between two walls. Who is who and who is to decide? We the followers become so trapped that it becomes a matter of minna daji ko diate.
Because may prepare, you are not prepared to come here. You call the wrong. I just but I want to ask you if I don't have constitutional. When you APRC constitutional, why write the President Jamelale pour a executive dissolve?
Until and unless I have been wisely advised now that the clause has changed. The constitution has given an executive power to the party leader and chairman to appoint people into the executive. They are not voted. They appoint them into the executive, unless if that is changed, and I'm not aware.
Okay.
But that is how our constitution is tailored.
Okay.
Because at that time, we were the ruling party, and we felt people coming into this position become very difficult and competitive under a fragment course. So that in those days, the Congress that happened, I think it was in Brikama or somewhere, I can't remember exactly, or 2006, I can't remember exactly. But then the Congress gave power to Yahya Jammeh. At the time, he was the party leader, and still he is, obviously. Yata Yake Akamul appoint. This is why when he left, he appointed and gave his responsibilities to Fabakary as interim party leader.
Okay.
Then they went to Buyam. The interim party leader was endorsed by the Congress, and again continue to brand Yahya Jammeh, give him a new name from party chairman leadership to supreme leader of the party. Does this match the fitting of the constitution at the time? I cannot go into that because party interpretation of the constitution. But what is important is the constitution said the supreme power, the supreme body of the party is the Congress. So you see the contradiction, I'm telling you, what situation. So signing Putaran B, the second Congress that they had, I didn't hear that they have changed anything of that. They said they maintain what happened in Buya, which means Yahya Jammeh still is the leader, supreme leader, and Fabakary interim. This is where we, all of us, including myself, made a lot of mess. We should have changed those clauses so that the traveler, we are now trapped between constitutional problem. That's my view. For the church view, it's not anybody's view. It's
no. We know that. We know that because because love je clarify. Nga Honorable Fabakary Fanamwela ako parti be tollebul. So they have the power. So it comes back to the same constitution. So
it's a constitutional crisis here.
Right.
Fabakari and the executive are the legitimate body elected at Congress or even confirmed. Fabakari's position as interim is an appointment by Yaya Jammeh. They should not, what we should have done in consultation with Yaya Jammeh to change the constitution to meet the present reality on the ground. And I, for the chore, I'm not been trying to be relevant, but I've said it in my programs and I've advised that we work on that. Because even as we stand, that time, the electoral laws was not in compatibility with our constitution at that time. Because Kabrin Congress Keta in Buyam, people could not put the name of Yaya Jammeh there as supreme leader because it will contradict the Election Act, which stated 2015 that if you are outside the country, you are not qualified to be on the executive of any political party. So at that point in time, if Yaya Jammeh's name was there, then he would have been, one way or another, asked them to change their list or something. But as time goes on, the laws of the land change. That does not exist now. You can be outside and still be an executive member of a political party, which our constitution didn't change. So it means Yaya Jammeh still can be an executive member. But we go by the interpretation.
Can they fire him out of the party too?
Well, that is beyond my knowledge. And even if I know, I will keep quiet.
Okay. So, let's move on. So when you had the call, what was going through your mind?
Like I said, it is an unfortunate situation where there is miscommunication. There was no effective communication. There should be proper communication from both ends. At this point in time, I don't think I am qualified to say who should have done what. But for my own view, I once made a post Facebook Live program. I said, Yaya Jammeh should communicate to the executive.
Okay.
I said that, and I have my reasons. Because if you entrust me with a job, and I didn't report back to you, you should come back to me and said, I gave you this job, and you didn't report back to me. Why? So there I will act. But then if Yaya Jammeh did not come, they should also get back to Yaya Jammeh. The executive will say it's difficult because he is the one who makes calls. But the world is a global world today. And if we are working with the present government and we want to go an alliance with them, and they truly mean what's going on, the president can use his office and link with the president of Equatorial Guinea. That's my opinion. And seek a way that these people can fly over there and talk about it genuinely for the interest of the country. Nin Jammeh ko, he is not going to receive them. Wallahi, billahi, tallahi. The whole world will say, yes, they have done something.
But Kodoke, Jammeh used to audio these people. And he used to communicate. And we are for sure, technology Benjamin, he is following the Gambian politics.
Of course, yes, that's why I said it's a global village. Well, yes, it's a global village now. The world is so small.
Right. But saying Jammeh, I tell you more jele be dunne be fintila. Be dunne be fintila. Ninyuni try man communicate. Why didn't he reach out to them?
That's what
already mind the makeup. But anyway,
I will still stand on my answer, my sister.
Okay.
With that communication, but I think if Muhammad did not go to the mountain go to Muhammad. But in coming column, I want to keep a very low profile between these communications. Communication on no problem. But I don't want to blame Yaya Jammeh. I don't want to blame the executive. That is a breakdown of communication. Okay. And that breakdown of communication should have been communicated also to the party members very early. Why should I be ashamed to tell the people, actually, Yaya Jammeh is not taking our call or is not talking to us, so that the molly along. But if you keep quiet up to this time, and it now become a problem because it seems like things are no longer at ease. The national executive of the APRC worked relentlessly and put a lot of resilience to reselect the party. That is true. If they don't do it, maybe other people would have. But what is very important is they have been defending the integrity of the party from 1994. So that alone would have given us putting on a house put in order behind the scene. But like I said, when people are given positions of responsibility, excluding Fabakari, I'm talking, because Fabakari, a very composed man, a very tolerant man, he listened. But he got a point that whereas you are just one among the lot. They should be able to throw away pride, ego, personality, and look at what is the interest of the Gambian people and the people who are following them. The poor peasant, the poor people who spend money, who spend time running after them and making sure that the party became what it is today, a force to be reckoned. Niaje bi molka kele of APRC koma. Kan, nindoba pula leftela, nindoba pula namanyo, nindoba pula mantala. It is a force to be reckoned with. But this executive did that. But then again, it was based on the legacy of Yahya Jammeh. Let's speak the facts. But in the other person coming for kind of opinion left there. So
no. We know it's your opinion. But the thing is,
another question.
Did Jammeh did the right decision? Sending the APRC. Hold on. APRC to Ghana. People don't know this party much. More money long. Political party will do be not a bit alliance la, not a kono to MPP. Ite amira. Ayasapa Gano Nyaming is the right place.
Like I said, I'm left up to APRC Dimoni Mobile. I'm talking about my opinion.
Yes.
I don't know that Jammeh is going to point at Sehtijan because I don't know Sehtijan as a person. Malo, and I know very little about that political party. But what is behind it? Do we know? If you look at this, the coin on two sides. APRC, National Executive led by Fabakari, are showing support and solidarity to Yahya Jammeh. That's what they were showing to him. Yahya Jammeh is only accused of atrocity that happened during his rule, of which nobody can attest for, personally did it. But he will be accounted for it because he was the leader. During this period of time as a leader, was he among or consulting with the national executive of the APRC that what's happening? But some of the members of the national executive were also working with Yahya Jammeh. So some of these things that happen are based on intelligent reports that came from Gambians, that came from people who work with Yahya Jammeh. Yahya Jammeh acted on those intelligence reports. Who misled who? Who misled who? Is it those who advise him or the person who did the act or the person who advised it? These are lessons that we should both learn and Barrow should learn and another president coming so that we put our house in order to make sure those who are giving those intelligent reports, their capacity is built, they are trained, they know what they do to avoid what's happening. For me, that is never again. But to go out and take placards and say never again or take somebody to justice, that is going to make it happen when you have not built the capacity of the people. My sister, we will still be stagnant. Gambia need to build the people's capacity, make them learn and educated so that they change attitude and behavior, think rationally, make proper judgment, and then that help us change our attitude and behavior. But like I said to you,
do you think APRC will survive?
If things are not resolved, we are already divided.
When you say resolve, what do you mean resolve? Because executive as they are over there, they're not coming back, and Jammeh throw the other one, the half of the other ones over there. So what do you mean resolve?
Too little, too little, too late, but you never say never. What is important in anything that we do in life is discussion and dialogue. We have seen the rise and fall of APRC, and then we went into an impasse. We discussed it, we solved it. We become very, very strong. And then lack of effective communication brought us where we are. We are now divided. Factors meaning divide are multifaceted. Some is within us, others is interest, others is ego. So when we shouldn't look at interest, we should look at hope. We should give hope to the people. The Gambian people today are looking at so many things that is not fixed. Can APRC be part of a government that can fix that? Security, health, education, the economy, lack of employment, provision of services, utilities, water and electricity, health, education. Can we be part of a group that can fix that at this point in time? That is what we should look at. We should not look at who is leading what can be done for the country. The other thing about Jammeh is something that can be discussed. I believe, if we effectively put in house on and demonstrate you repeat it. But Mr. Usenu Dabo winter. Are we just putting a conclusion for Abidjara Jammeh Mutalala strong in the prison or about executive or about Dila ICC? How can we come to a conclusion like that? Probably they are using that as a point to convince people to come to them. When they come to them, they win. They call the people who claim to be victims and said, look, this is the Gambia. We need to walk forward. Let's forgive each other. Massa Alingata. Who knows? Who knows whether when Barrow wins, he will say, come on, Yahya Jammeh spoke and said he is not part of me. So now I have changed my mind. I'm going to make sure that he is prosecuted. And now that's what I'm hearing from APRC members. To say, yes, he spoke now, let him be prosecuted. Is that why they went there? So we ourselves are contradicting ourselves in politics.
I mean, politics is something else. So,
no, it's something else. No, last year.
I was President Baroje Kanilai.
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
Very good. I was very pleased.
You were pleased.
Too late. Too late. Yes. Too late. But never said never. I have been advocating that since. I wrote a letter to President Adama Barrow. I said, built on the initiative of APRC and President Jammeh, and stop the ranting of APRC Yahya Jammeh, because that is a recipe of instability and paranoia. Paranoia is a recipe of instability. Why didn't he go there first? Because there are so many things that were there. They now become white elephant, like a massive mosque was going to be built there. What was wrong for the government to complete that mosque in Kanilai and let people pray there, but left it there so that the people suffer and feel the pain? The Kanilai woman has got a very big garden, very big, where they survive on. It can maintain onions, that's what they use to supplement their diets and also help their children pay their school fees, because they don't have any help anymore. The only crime they made is because Yahya Jammeh is from Kanilai. President Barrow's government went and cut the electricity and the water supply and asked them to get their own meat and pay from the poor women. Those women are Gambians. Those children they are feeding are Gambians. Why didn't he do that early? He should have gone there early and do that. But going there again and meeting the family, give assurance he wants reconciliation. People must not see that because he didn't visit the people who call them victims. So he went to Kanilai. First thing first. Who knows, he might now invite those who are victims to come and said, look, I knew this is the allegations, but I went to see the family. They are Gambians, they are all under me. Criminals, heroes, good people, everything, baby Adama Barrow. Victims, perpetrators, I went to Kanilai, I met the family, I gave them hope. I gave the people of Kanilai hope. I'm inviting you to come to State House, we talk. I give you hope. Because the thing is truth and reconciliation and reparation. When you look at all that, discuss it with them. Now you are giving the so-called victim hope. Then look at how you manage this situation to reconcile it. But the time he did it, analysts and people who have their own viewpoints, like Nte and others, they turned around and he did it for political game. But fine, what is wrong with it? If politics is a game, you should be able to know the rules so that you don't make foul play. So if he thinks he can explain the rule without committing anything, it's up to him. But Alataje, for me, was a welcome idea. Too late, but never said never. And we must try to foster that reconciliation. And we must not also go around and keep like so-called victims. It's high time that we went and discussed. It's high time. Yeah, I raised my hand up and said, I'm sorry because I offended Binto. It's high time for Binto to say, sorry, I lied against Spode, he didn't do this. But people are sitting on that all day political scoring points. Amam Makoi, Aman Sambadulato, Akan Vitale, Akos Abukenim Banko Kang. We have seen intelligence report misled Tony Blair, nothing happened to him. We have seen the president, Allah President, went to Afghanistan and withdrew. Today, there are more killings. Others are even alleging that it's been sponsored by the West so that it can bomb, it can far. What is that we need to do in the country? Today, we have seen the EU coming back to Gambia and imposing sanctions on us, visa sanctions and other restrictions. That is not going to affect Adama Barrow an inch. EU is wrong in that. It's affecting the ordinary Gambians. Why are Gambian people lobbying, going to the EU to say, let them sanction Gambia so that we suffer in this predicament? We have our human right to move from one place to another just as they have. Who is going to help us? Who is going to bail us out? It made me sad because I have an opportunity to be here because I'm British citizen. It does not mean that my children cannot go to the other part of the world. If I want my son to come and visit me here, it's not possible because of what our leaders is standing before the European people or other part of the world. But then my stepson here can go to China, can come to Gambia, can go to Zimbabwe, can go anywhere with no problem, so long as he got the air ticket. But my son, the same age with him, cannot come to England, cannot go to Europe, cannot go to America. What are we seeing? The same world, the same people. It's sad.
Sad.
It's sad. I cannot sit here and put money and pay tax. And women go to hospital, they deliver fine, they come home. I do the same thing in the Gambia. Our women are dying. And we want to stay there like that. My son and other people's sons are there, they are not employed. It will force them to go into the street and steal or gamble. I'm sorry to be tearful, but it's really hurting. And we cannot still differentiate between good and bad. We cannot differentiate what is good for us. We can stand on the platform and insult each other. APRC people, Munonyinti, Fabakari is nearly 70-something. Even if he's wrong, why should we be insulting him? Why should we turn now around and start insulting Yajama and calling him traitor? Well, I can't get an answer. We are not changing attitude. We are not changing behavior. I'm sorry. Bring your next question. And probably that will be the last one.
I'm sorry. It's good to have this kind of conversation. That's why I always come and sit here. So when you called me, Miriam Kumandi, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry, it's painful.
I will come back another time, one-to-one with you. Yes. And I would also love, if you allowed me and my wife to come on the program. She had the heart of Gambia. We worked very hard. We've done a lot of projects. Even if today I go out and help a community, people ask me why now, not knowing that I've been doing it earlier.
I will be pleased to have her just to throw something in.
Yes.
I will be pleased. I will be very pleased.
I will tell you when we have time. Thank you very much for having me. And I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm a bit emotional.
Fine. Yes.
But I don't see women the way we treat them in the Gambia. These are the very women who follow us on our political trend. Look at it. You can see more women than any other. When we make policies and when we make budget, we don't make budget to meet their requirement in the Gambia. Now, every political party is running with expensive cars. Very expensive cars, pickups and buses. They did not put that in the health sector. It's not fair because look at it. One Arabic school got burnt down. 5 children died. No health and safety put in place. Nobody is looking at that. How many of the political leaders have gone and visited that place? They are all come on the campaign trail. Vote for me so that I become the president. Vote for me so that I can prosecute this one. Vote for me so that I can change this. When people are dying in your country, near under your nose, you have not even visited them. Allahu Akbar. Thank you very much.
I want you to give your last word on peace. We have seen left a peace for demanding in Mandika Kangola.
Alina Cairo Sabatin na Bangkok. because Cairo te dawo direct nte fenke nola andum Cairo be sabati nola nyami wolam tenko ngoy tra banko kam bintu nin tenko te banko kam te alabatu nola for Christians and Muslims nin Cairo te banko kan te bunyi mal lor nola nin Cairo te banko kan te tan noya the political campaign keno let it be everybody's business whatever opposition or government to make so ngaw Cairo tankan in the matema mboke no la nyadi wolom alinga bula kanyo neng kasiyol neng ka kolke tribal politics anyanta bula banko kan barate bula ji so quickly because tradition lom ngamin pick up muni bo falina is education as we go on abe falinale bari nin ko be jutula nyola alamanta talla fonko aka fisamante ya boni nan da jututa daminna so Cairo pura sabati ulon ka minfo ye information yo jele kalimo kibaro atele dangerous tahani muroti anin kido because muroni ak fars e ka kiline fa kido ni ko pam kidi ke so ka kiline ma bar kumo kalamo mim information na buta surtout information mi man correct wala ka dum aka sakulet kam wol be fay ñokan woto hadama dingo ñanta jube la ñanta fu ñanta boni da ko jalni ba fola andun tulu woyin tol batandi bakele in 2017-18 I said molu minu ñanta diamu la ali funti ali diamu be diamu wato le kono jannin diamu wato bina sila alto mi man sonka funti alte diamu no la katu molte la moy lalla because minu be diamu ko wato wol man ñana diamu le ma faham bari bi mbe wole kono minu lafta diamu le man diamu la so. In fact, can be somebody will say, oh, furniture want to be relevant. I am very relevant, whether you know it or not, because not gimbal so I'm relevant. All of quote. But once a politic of deception bondi na call kono, na nyo nengo bula, calling people's name, dina tioli dino muta, ye bon dabundi politico kono, because he got political dino ni political jahasi, dino mu alamansa talala community. Political mumola mirror te harama dingo mantim alangan careful nina that is what bring tribal politics and in religious involvement and in calling of names wala ka problem o samanam banko kan so that is my advice especially the young people of the Gambia altolle sembo soto the youths altolle energy soto altolle time soto altolle ka burim musol ninke alkana song tul ke bal min be 50-60 throw you under the bus in our interest alijejube Allah barakabak. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
My God. Okay. I call us all young fatale sign. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Call us all mbeso dana janeto. Kacha beteata kacha diata. Na so yelenung puru atol be nga la views moy komali call ketenyan. Time kataria. I wish nu se no for another couple of hours. Ngana geso kontong minketa Lawyer Assan Martin ti anata la kacha dinna domanding nata tell time spend atata line o yelo molie then nata opportunity soto ka nakoto ke 4-day chore for some reason I don't call the boom kaya ko dunna so ali ala kacha emotional tabak along niela molkan itabe palaso minto itabe sate minto itabe banko minka ni comparison ke ha asuno kawara akete nyaonya ntolbe be tubabu advance ta so kono bakal aya dindingol compare atela stepson wasitano dawda dunia dawda barata wuludingo otitala no dunia dawda we have these barriers na musol kuja mabije musol wala ka bata banko kan so anda peace fanankacha minkata na Cairo sabatin nko ndefan ka fali janne nte binta ka fali janne nako pirim setano boyta kesa borno adingol tuko par musol ne to borrano so musol they are very vulnerable and indindingo but bimbe soda na ali janneto next week ha I tribalism fanandi amule alanga nyoya amare ikante minje sirinja last week nga kachal nte damma mu bricholet connect the families connect the tribes nte damma nte si jama dingolet do fana mbije si jama dingolet nko siyo manku let's say mo ko kutakuru sada bondi sad kuru dingo bondi sadati believe it or not akoyko yeta adi mola momi yalonko alasili woro wulo be musi kilingolet ilo kurudim isa bori Gambia tonkon nano abe jale bul akoy sada kurudin koyo bondi sada ila baluwo be wala ni wonte be fala kurudin koyo yamute bulo kon akoy ko eta di mola mi yalonko awulu nya woro wulo be musi kilingolet eta di be bora Gambia tonkon nani jamalte ni me hakiloti kungote safe la so wala be Gambia alanga badi alanga nyokan alanga na son politician oli yonkun fadinyo yanane yela politiko ke la policy fe molie nganna kartedi la ni believe tele kartedi ni believe tamine kartedi wa we move on with the democracy mabadi yamuta but kachadi yata bi make sobate because ndol lafta to la moyla bi yes man kola sol beta no al sayam fanye fasila koteng another time fanambe line o yela lele nte mol invite la barembe line o yela lele pura atol fangol ni moli nali kacha moli yal moy kola sol mbal tentula mbali jayila koto ke fode thank you for coming in na geso min keta Assan Martin thank you so much mbal tentula mbali jayila almalo mbe jamala sambala nandi mas koteng bi ngal fangol le sambana so mbe danna kachala janne bi fasila koteng de mas koteng ngo
Kuma kui vila jalo nadale kote ya mare Kuma kui vila jalo nadale kote ya mare wallahi alay darge aman tulukanyan jongo Jongo Johnson domo banda balanang Florida lo alugala Momo kafori ke do kuole bema ya maroni batazio Membe lungolulai nyande taraye Barigino